I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about what if they don't care if I've changed?
Wow.
You know, yeah.
What a disturbing idea. Yeah.
Obviously, we talk a lot about breakups, and we always encourage you guys to use the breakup as something to motivate you to change and better your life. Quite honestly, many of you really are the most motivated when you think that you have a possibility of getting that ex back, and you're not doing it for yourself, which ideally is what we would much rather prefer.
Right.
But I've done this long enough to know that you guys are more motivated when you think your ex is coming back. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a guy today, and I was like, tell him I could just sense his motivation wasn't there. Just in the way that he had talked to me about how he had gotten the workbooks and he had started them and stuff like that. And I'm like, but he had sensed that based on some new information he had gotten about the breakup, that she wasn't going to come back. They weren't going to repair it.
She was seeing somebody else.
Yeah.
The ubiquitous third party.
And
she was seeing somebody else.
There was lies and stuff she had been doing and hiding another guy in the picture. But he was now unmotivated to continue to work on himself. And I was like, you gotta think about who you want to be a year from today.
That's right.
Who you want to be in 6 months. Stay motivated. And I tried to give him some examples of what will happen if you don't stay motivated. You really want to do it for yourself, right? Because, I mean, it's your life. You want to have the best life you can have, and understanding your needs and your partners is going to make a much more fulfilling life if you can do that. But if you're only doing it for that partner, you're going to be focused on things like, what if they don't care if I've changed?
And why should I do this if she's not coming back?
Exactly.
And the minute somebody hears that there's a third party rumor that she might be seeing somebody else, they despair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what we always try and talk to you guys about and share is, well, what if you meet somebody better? What if you start, you find somebody and the relationship is amazing and they're blowing you away and you're making the same mistakes that you did before.
Right.
I think it's hard for them to imagine and visualize this new person.
Right.
But believe me, there's a good chance that at some point you're going to find somebody that absolutely blows you away again.
And of course, the healthier we get, the healthier the people we're going to attract and be attracted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about an email coaching today. And, I just wanted to discuss a little bit about what if they don't care if I've changed? What if my ex doesn't care if I change? What if they don't? Well, the reality is some of you are going to have that happen. Some of you are going to be in situations where your ex doesn't care if you've changed, or that you're going to change, or that you want to change, especially if you're trying to use that to change their mind. That's really not going to work.
And by change, we mean grow, become healthier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, they might not care if you change. But at the end of the day, you still want to have an awesome life, and you want to focus on having a great life. So let me get into this email coaching that I did. This is a couple in their mid-20s, and they've been married for several years. So he said, we met when I was living abroad. We got married, and she moved to be with me in the summer of 2016.
In the U.S., I gather.
Yeah. Not even a month after she moved in, I decided I no longer wanted the relationship and would help her get a green card. So you can imagine this poor girl moves to another country.
Yeah, leaves her family, leaves everything that's
and
familiar.
A month into the marriage, he ends it. I mean, she would have been devastated, right?
I
Who
would
wouldn't be?
certainly think so.
Probably absolutely shocked,
Yeah.
right? Who wouldn't be shocked after, wait, we just got married last month. She lived with me and my family for almost a year. Then had
There's
to,
another thing not in favor of this relationship.
yeah. Then had to move out and was living in a sublet room. A year later, she had to go back abroad to see her father. When she returned, she was living with me and my family again. She moved out on her own a few months ago. About a month ago, I confessed to her that I'd like to try things out again, that I loved her and I want her back.
Oh my.
I understand this is very unfair to her, as in the past she has asked me on multiple occasions during the first few years of her living here to get back together, and I never wanted to do it or put in any effort to recover the relationship. So you can imagine how hurt she was and sad she was, repeatedly asking him to repair it, him saying no, not going to do it. She was probably angry and probably started to get resentful at some point.
Sure. It sounds like he might have grown up a little, matured in that 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that I've hurt her deeply with all my lying, seeing, and talking to other women, and generally not being there for her emotionally. So obviously he did a lot to hurt this woman, and it would be difficult for her to forgive that and probably see him in a different light.
Wow.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he didn't say up front, but now he's admitting to lying, seeing, and talking to other women, which really can put a huge strain on somebody else, especially if she's living with this guy.
And she's in a very dependent situation.
Even when I was the closest person she had physically. Sure, she probably has very few friends and no family. We're still in the green card process and we're friends at the moment. I sometimes helped her with her bills, but she's trying to be completely independent. I'm aware that all her friends and most of her family hate me because of all I've put her through. I know she's tried to move on and has slowly gotten herself over the hell I made her go through. I have apologized for everything and have told her that I've learned a lot from all the experience. My guess is he was trying to use that to try and change her mind.
Change her mind, right.
And she's probably so hurt and angry.
I wonder what made him change his mind now that he wanted her back.
Well, you know how exes are.
Yeah.
The minute that they think they've lost you,
Yeah.
they
Then
start
they want
to
you back.
want you back.
Yeah.
However, I have also made mistakes during the past month of trying to get her back, such as kissing her after she had already turned her head on my first attempt. Or I kept up bringing the fact that I am no longer the same man to the point that she told me she's happy she was able to help me improve, but feels that she did it for someone else and is okay with that. So this woman is feeling like, I'm okay that I was the woman that helped you grow and change,
Yep.
but it's going to be for somebody else, not for
Yep.
me.
Yep.
That would be really hard to hear.
Yes, it would.
I'm afraid I've waited too long to try and get her back, and that I've hurt her so much that she won't be able to see past all the hurt to want to get back together, even though for the past year or so, I've been trying to be as supportive as possible. The main problem during the relationship was that I would bottle up everything and never talk about my emotions or feelings, which coupled with my past selfishness made her react in various ways. Okay, so I'm sure he feels pretty bad about the way he treated her.
Well, I'm glad he does. Good for him. Good for
And-
him. He's owning his behavior and he doesn't feel good about it. So.
Yeah. The thing is that it doesn't mean she's going to want to take you back after all of this has happened. You can continue to respect her and show her these changes, and maybe at some point she'll revisit that idea.
On the other hand, when she traveled and came back and so forth, he and his family took her in again.
Mm-hmm.
She won't forget that either.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's a tough situation, Margaret, because you know he's going to be beating himself up here, right? But you got to make the focus bettering yourself and learning from this. And hopefully she gives you another chance that you can show her these changes.
Right.
But you can't force her. I mean...
No, none of us can make anybody do anything.
Yeah.
He can continue to be supportive, which he has done. I will give him that. He has been supportive. He bails her out sometimes. He's taken her in when she didn't have a place to live. So he certainly has done. On the other hand, he put her in that position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's important that you kind of give her some space to make her own decision. And when she talks about the relationship, and I would let her be the one to bring it up, I would validate all of these things when she brings up why she can't be with you and how you understand. Yeah, I did do that. You're right. I own it. Own it. Own it. Own it.
Absolutely own it. Okay. What suggestions would you have?
Well, I think he's got to, if he's going to allow her to continue to live there, just continue to be friendly and understanding, and maybe display some new behaviors around her that show he's going to be understanding of whatever she wants and respect it, because he may have not respected her decisions before in the past, or shown that he was really concerned about how she felt about things in the past.
I would really recommend that maybe he should talk with somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that would be very helpful for him.
Yes.
Because, he seems to have -2 self-love here. He's beating himself up for absolutely everything, which never helps. And you want the energy that you use to beat yourself up to go into your healing and your growing.
Yes.
So I really would recommend that he go to therapy.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and oftentimes that cuts the mustard with a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely essential, because, he was pretty selfish with this woman.
Yeah.
And, it got to the point where he's lying, maybe cheating, not really concerned about her emotions, and he needs to explore why he would treat somebody that he loves like this.
Exactly. So obviously his life has not been peaches and cream. Who did he list? He listed her support system and said they all hate him.
Friends and family.
Friends and family.
But they live in another country, because remember she came here.
But she just went to visit, I think, in the other country to visit her dad. So.
Yeah.
But she may have friends here by now.
And I would also validate why the friends and family don't like you or don't want you with her.
They don't know you. All they see is the results and the impact it's had on her.
Yeah, that she was hurt. She was really hurt. If she doesn't want to repair things, that doesn't mean you don't want to focus on learning and growing from this and understanding what would make you treat somebody like this that you love, that, you have them pick up and move across the world to be with you, and then you end a marriage a month later.
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
Yeah, it is pretty extreme. How old is he?
They were in their mid-20s.
They're in their mid-20s. Okay, and obviously he has not moved out of his family's home. He doesn't talk about his job or how well any of that is going or anything like that. So I would wonder what his family's reaction and response to all this was, but he doesn't share it.
Yeah, and maybe another good step would be getting out and getting his own place.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, because there's no way parents can remain neutral, although God loved them, they took her in and they tried, I'm sure.
Do you think there's maybe a lot of toxicity in the family that he grew up in?
I would guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't learn this from watching TV.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is, it would also be helpful to, moving out, getting his own place.
Absolutely.
To work and heal.
Right.
And it would have been a lot better for the relationship as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Tough situation.
I'm sorry for both of them, really.
Yeah. They're both hurting and have been through a lot in this relationship. And, he's understanding that it's unfair.
But if he looks like he's making enough of an effort, she may think again. Because she liked him enough at one point to leave her country.
You just don't know.
No.
But the more you work on yourself and show
Yeah.
changes, the more likely she's going to give you a chance. But show those changes,
Yeah.
okay?
You have to show those changes.
All right. Tough situation, but hopefully this will be a little bit insightful for you. And of course, if you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. Margaret, of course, is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I can be helpful, please contact me.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth,
I'm Coach Margaret.
and we will talk with you soon.